All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Do you remember when you got your first camera and your first flash and you thought your pictures were going to be fantastic? You know, you got your brand new camera and your brand new flash and you thought it would be easy and your pictures would be great even in low light, dark situations. And then you figured out that they really sucked? Let's see if we can make that fun again. All right, everybody, so welcome back to the channel. And as I said in the beginning, when I started taking pictures with my first camera, my first flash, which this happens to be a Canon 430 EX3 RT, which means radio transmitter. So it can basically do wireless, but you only had one flash and you thought you would do great pictures by pointing at it, even with a diffuser on the front. And it looked like garbage. You said, oh, okay, let me bounce it off the ceiling. Okay. Looked like garbage. No, let me turn it to the side. Bounce it off the wall. Nope. Looked like garbage. So that's what I've been struggling with my flashes, and then you kind of move up in the world and you're like, okay, let me get a wireless trigger and I'll move them off camera. Okay. So that is a little bit better, but you still got to take a picture, look at the picture. Oh, no, too much. No, too little. And that got so frustrating and so boring, and then you went and got something like a flash meter or a light meter, like this Sekonic LU858, which is fantastic, by the way. And you're like, okay, my flashes are going to be fantastic now. But then you had no way of triggering your lights. So then you had to take this transmitter, take it off, walk over, click on your light meter and then click on the transmitter. Okay. All right, go to the next light. Click this, click the transmitter, and, try to set the power of the flashes or the strobes or whatever you're using. And boy, that became irritating and no fun as well. So over the last 6 months, I've been experimenting with different wireless setups, and finally, flash is fun again. So if you stand by, let me move over to the other part of the studio and show you where I do flash photography. And I actually have a ball now with flash. So stand by and let's move over. All right, everybody. So this is the little part of my photography studio, or where I practice, my flash photography. I got Molly Mannequin here to help me out. Debbie, dummy Debbie, whatever you want to call her. So it's so much easier to have something 3D to shoot at. So let me go ahead and give you a quick tour of what's going on here, and then we'll get into it. So stand by and let me give you a quick tour. All right, so as you can see, here is our first flash. It happens to be a Flashpoint 300 Pro with a big softbox on it. Let me go ahead and zoom in here so you can see it. So there's the Flashpoint AD 300 Pro, which is same as the Godox 300 Pro, same thing, just by Flashpoint. Okay, so here is light number 2, which is the round head Flashpoint Lion XR10 R2, and it just has a little bit of barn doors on it, from the little magnetic kit you can put on it. So that's that one. And in the very back, which I'm going to have an umbrella on, but just so you can see it, is another Canon R30 version 3. And we'll go ahead and put an umbrella on there. So stand by and let me get this set up, and then we'll start doing the flash stuff. All right, everybody. So here we are back with the lights set up, are the flashes and strobes. And we have the umbrella on. We got the little barn doors and the big softbox. So here we are with our light meter. And, I could grab the trigger and go press them, or I have to go to the back and press them, and click on my light meter, go to each individual one, and I wanted you to see how different these strobes and flashes are. So you can make these work with just one device, a couple flash points, a Canon, but it also has a flashpoint receiver on it. So we can just go into our meter and we can do one flash at a time. So let me go ahead and show you this. We'll go ahead and do the C1 first. Then we'll do B. And then we'll go ahead and do A. Oops, that was B, sorry. Let me go ahead and move that to A. And let's do them all at once. So you can see how easy this is and how much fun it is. I can change the settings right from here. Okay, you want to turn on the modeling lamps? Okay, there's the modeling lamps. You want to control the power? I can do that all from here. So there's the modeling lamps. Let me turn all those off and go back. And now we can start shooting away if we want to, or we can sit here and check all the powers. So if we go to Group A, it's at a 4.5. Let's go to Group B. It's at a 6.3. And let's go to Group C. It's at a 3.6. And all of them, let me go ahead and use myself as the model here. We're at an aperture at 9, which means we have these too high. So let's go ahead and crank these down. All right, ooh, that's a 1/64th. We'll crank these all down a full stop. And let's do them all again. Okay, there we go. We're at f4 now for an aperture. So A is at 4.5, B is at 6.3. These are all aperture values. And C is at 3.6. So you can see how easy this is with one device. I can just sit here and click it, change it all day long. And that's how I've been practicing my flash photography. It's just so much fun that I can just one device, one button, do everything with all the different flashes. So hopefully you learn something from this and not go through my pain, or walking around to 3 different devices and changing all the power, or chimping at the screen, or grabbing the wireless trigger and walking around with your wireless trigger and your light meter. It's just that I can't say enough about how much fun this is. Now they have a light meter with a wireless transmitter in it. So this does work in other ecosystems for flashes. So like Edelchrome and Pocket Wizard and stuff like that. So just a very cool all-around tool. I thought I'd share this in case you were struggling with your flash photography and not having fun. But to me, I'm having a blast now. Actually today was a snow day and I got to stay home and play and just love it. So if you stand by, let me go ahead and get on out of this. Thanks. All right, everybody. So hopefully this kind of made sense to you. And even though using a light meter is great, when you got that wireless transmitter in the back, it's just fantastic. I can set all my power from my light now. I can play with the modeling lights, the power of the modeling light, all remotely. I control all my lights through this one device. Power, anything, the measurements, all controlled through this one device now. So to me, flash photography is 10 times more fun. I could do quick readings, just click on it, get a reading, change it. All the stuff that makes flash photography fun again, instead of, chimping at the screen or taking the trigger off and taking it with you and then changing the power settings on the different flashes and strobes or on your wireless trigger. So this just is a game changer in my opinion. And the transmitter that they put in the back of this, obviously I've been doing Godox and Flashpoint because they're more reasonably priced. It's just fantastic. It has never failed to fire once. So all I can say is, for me, this is like a great setup. It makes flash photography so much fun again that I actually enjoy going back there now and practicing and taking, pictures of the dummy head or the model or whatever you want to call that thing, especially during these pandemic times. So it's actually fun again for me. And hopefully this gives you a little inspiration to try to make it fun again for you too, especially if you're stuck inside and you can't go anywhere and you can't bring in talent or, whatever the case may be. So hopefully this is a little bit entertaining. Hopefully you learned a little bit. Thank you everybody for watching and for listening. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great day or night, everybody. Happy shooting. Thank you. Bye.